Hey guys, so just got back from the theater from seeing Eddie the Eagle. Um, yeah, again, this has been a couple days late. This is a movie that I was kind of looking forward to. It looked from the trailers. I got the trailers for this thing a lot. I mean, a lot of freaking times. Like between this and Miracles from Heaven and Captain America or Captain America Civil War trailer, I swear to God, if I see any of those three ever again, I'm going to shoot myself. Luckily, we won't be seeing Eddie the Eagle trailers anymore. Hopefully not. But, anyways, this movie looked fine from the trailers. Um, it looked like your typical sports movie. It looked like a harmless film. It was a movie that I was like, I could go either way with this. It could be, um, didn't look like it had a lot of great actors, a lot of people I really like Hugh Jackman and that kid from Kingsman Secret Service, who I really liked in that movie. So I was like, all right, I want to see what he does next. Um, well, here's pretty much a short review of it. I actually liked this movie. It's cheesy. It's nothing. It's nothing you haven't seen done before. It's your stereotypical sports movie. But you know what? I kind of fucking dug this movie. I really did. I hate to say it. It just worked on almost every level for me. I can see people not liking it because of its the same sports movie you've seen done a million times, done before. But I did really like this movie. One of the big reasons was the performances in this movie. I fucking love the main kid in this movie. I forget Egerton. What's his first name? I was looking it up. I really fucking love this kid in this movie. He played the lovable loser so fucking well. This Eddie Edwards kid is just a kid that's just a lovable loser. That's the best way to put. And pretty much the picture perfect definition of an underdog. He is just a guy who's not doesn't look anything like an Olympic athlete. Doesn't have the physique. Doesn't have he had braces on his legs when he was little. But no matter what, he wanted to be an Olympic athlete. That was his lifelong dream, and he went all out to try to become an Olympic athlete and succeeded. And they picked this Taron Egerton. He played this role to a T. He looked the part. Honestly, I think that was perfect casting. He also is really charming and really funny. To the point that you could root for this guy. Like, you want to see this poor kid succeed. I really thought he did a fantastic job. It's kind of funny seeing him do Kingsman Secret Service and then this a year later, where Kingsman was like, he was more of a kind of a punk kid who was kind of more of a tough kid, and this time he's playing kind of a nerdy kid. It's kind of funny. It's like the opposite ends of the spectrum for him. I thought he did really good. And I thought he did really good. Actually, I saw pictures of. They show at the end of the movie pictures of the actual Eddie Edwards. That's gonna be really confusing saying Eddie Edwards because there's a wrestler named Eddie Edwards. But Eddie Edwards, they showed pictures of the actual Eddie Edwards, and they picked a pretty close. The kid looks almost just like the actual Eddie Edwards. That was kind of funny. It was pretty close. I'll give him credit on that. He was just a very homely looking guy, and he looked like a nerdy kind of guy, like you're pretty much what he looks like in the movie. Also, Hugh Jackman. I thought the chemistry between him and the kid was very, very good. Hugh Jackman is a charming actor, a really good actor. That now that Leo has finally won the Best Actor Oscar. I could see hopefully one day him finally winning a goddamn Oscar. Hugh Jackman is one of those actors that even in a bad movie he's really good. He's really great in this movie as your stereotypical drunk coach that was great in his heyday but lost all his steam and now just drinks all the time. It's something you've seen done a million times before, but he works for him. He does a really good job at this. I love this movie because basically one of the reasons why I love this movie is that because this movie is basically your stereotypical throwback to cheesy 80s sports movies. I kind of dug that. Like, it has your montages, your parents, your dads, that he has a dad that doesn't believe in him, but his mom does. I love this relationship between him and his mom. I love his mom in that movie. I find it's pretty funny. And his dad had some funny lines here and there, too, but he's your stereotypical dad that doesn't believe in him. And then there's also the snobby British people that think he doesn't deserve to be in the Olympic Games, that won't let him, or trying to put up all these obstacles in his way. They've seen done a million times before. I love the training montages, because particularly like the one where they're playing "Making My Dreams Come True" from Paul and Oates. That was great. I liked that. It fit really well. I don't know why it did. And also, the movie ends with them playing Van Halen's "Jump." That is hilarious. that actually got a chuckle out of me. Playing fucking Van Halen's really, fucking really. Yeah, it is very cheesy. It's like, but it's such a kind of a story I kind of dug, that I kind of got behind. I got behind this kid. I wanted to see this kid succeed. And honestly, one of the things I'm kind of getting to spoilers. The spoilers, if you don't want to know, if you don't know the true story of what happened with the kid, this movie ends with him really not winning any gold medals. Usually with movies like this, he ends up being winning in first place and stuff like that. This movie ends up being kind of fucking realistic in the fact that he only trained he was only been training for about a year, and he ends up pretty much finishing in last at the Olympics, but he gains celebrity stardom to the point that people kind of love his story, and he becomes a celebrity overnight, and because he is so unique of a person. And not your stereotypical Olympic athlete. He becomes a celebrity overnight, and I kind of dug that. They didn't have him have that stereotypical, happy ending where he wins all these gold medals or something like that. No, he doesn't. I don't know if he actually did it. Did he? I don't know. Somebody can tell me in the comments. Did he ever? It hints at the end of the movie that he was going to continue doing this every 4 years. I don't know. I don't know much of the story. I don't know how much. I'm sure there's parts of this movie that wasn't very accurate. I didn't really look up it before I did this review, so I don't know. Yeah, like I said, the only things I can complain about is it is, it's predictable as hell, but with these kinds of movies, you pretty much know how it's going to end. Like I said, I was happy that. I pretty much I almost expect mainly because I didn't know the story that it was going to end with him being and not winning all the gold medals, but he didn't. That was a little bit different. I like that. Like I said, this movie's fine. I love this. I thought it was really. I really enjoyed this. It hit me in all the right spots. I thought it was very, very good, very funny, very charming. Like I said, the acting. Also, if I were to complain about one thing, there wasn't enough Christopher Walken. I bet you didn't know that Christopher Walken was in this movie, because he is for a total of less than 5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes. He is the coach that coached Hugh Jackman's character back in the day when Hugh Jackman was a ski jumper, and he also wrote a book about his coaching days, and that is what the main kid's reading throughout the book as like instruction, like how to like kind of get into ski jumping and stuff like that. I like that. And he makes an appearance at the very end, and you're like, oh, whatever. Also, Jim Broadbent makes an appearance as an announcer, as the British announcer, which was kind of nice. But yeah, I recommend this movie. I do highly recommend it. Didn't do very well at the box office, which is sad, but you know, and it was like me and two other people in the theater, so I'm sure this movie's is gonna be not in the theater for very long, which sucks. I thought it was pretty damn good. As far as trailers go, I only got one new one, which was, what was this called? I'm looking this up real quick. Sorry. Me Before You. It's your stereotypical love story movie that's supposedly based off a book. Probably another young adult novel, which it kind of looks like it's trying to be this year's The Fault in Our Stars, which I did give a good review. If you've ever seen my review for it, I did like The Fault in Our Stars. That was really well done. This movie could be alright, but it's, again, one of those things, it's like, it's not my kind of film. But it doesn't look that bad. It's Mila Clark, the girl who's Sarah Connor, and I know she was in Game of Thrones, but I've never watched Game of Thrones. I know what the hell's wrong with me. But she becomes becomes like a nanny for a guy who's paralyzed, a kid who's paralyzed, and they kind of develop a love story relationship, and that's how it goes, yada yada yada, where she has a very unique little relationship with him and everything else, yada yada yada, because he's paralyzed. She has to take care of him. It looks like your stereotypical kind of love story that you've seen. Like I said, I think this is gonna be probably like trying to be this year's The Fault in Our Stars. I don't know if it'll be as good. Probably not, but it didn't look that bad. I've seen a lot worse. So that's as far as trailers go. Of course, I got fucking Miracles from Heaven again. Jesus Christ, if I ever get that trailer, I wish I would quit getting that fucking trailer. And the Captain America Civil War trailer. Which I didn't get, surprisingly. But anyways, I'll be back next week. Or this week. I'll probably get around Thursday to seeing London Has Fallen and Zootopia. Two movies I'm kind of looking forward to, especially Zootopia. It's getting really good reviews, like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes reviews. That's insane. So I'll be back, later this week with those two, and I'll see you guys later.